All right. So enjoy the visuals. Pretend like you in that room. Don't get too caught in there. All right. So today, it's more psychology because I put it this way: 12-year-old can tell me what the market gonna do just by looking at the candles. You can teach a 12-year-old how to do analysis, but it's the psychology that comes with it. 10% analysis, 80% psychology. Now, I want to tell you the truth about trading, man. It's welcome to the journey. Welcome to the long journey of looking at red until you see blue. And you got to remember what that does to you psychologically, because like a lot of your characteristics are going to come out when you start trading. Yeah, a lot of your characteristics will show when you start trading. And if you're clumsy, or if you're, you don't like fluctuation, if you got self-sabotaging ways, you're probably not going to make it in this forex world. Just probably not. And your ego can't be in the way either. You have to deal with reality. Reality is this: you are very confident about your trading, and you're confident that you're going to become a great trader, but it's been 6-7 months and you have not even done a withdrawal, or you haven't had a profitable week. And the best thing that you can do is be honest to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Figure out where you're at. Understand where you're at in your forex journey. Understand your weaknesses. This is key. Understanding what your weakness is in forex. Understand why you're not leaving the week with 6R, 7R. Understanding why after you get a profit, you jump in another trade with a higher lot and blow all your profit. Understand these things. Because the more you chip away at those things and start getting better and better and better, you'll become the profitable trader. Now, they said 4% of traders last their first year. Then the second year, 2% of that 4 continues. So what do you have to do to be a part of that 2% that is actually drawing profits out? You're going to have to start looking at yourself and doing some self-analysis. And the ego has its own way of distorting reality. You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen to yourself. You don't want to listen to others. You're blatantly looking inside of your MetaTrader. You seeing red consistently. You consistently red while somebody else consistently blue. How do you channel that energy? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself. And that is the journey you should be working towards. Nobody's perfect. We're going to lose in this market. You're not going to see blue all the time. And if you have a good proper risk management where you're doing 2-to-1s or 3-to-1s or 4-to-1s, and you lose a few trades, but you win like 2 or 3 in a row, that makes the difference. And then if you're being really strategic and you're closing half and putting that break even at like 20, 30 pips, you got a good risk management system going here. But a lot of traders nowadays, they just jump in a trade because it look like it's going to their direction. They'll be in blue for about 2 or 3 candles. The third candle start being red, you close out. Or you'll be in profit for a whole hour candle. The next hour candle comes in and you red. It violently goes in your wrong direction. Then you close out. What was the point of putting that trade in? I'm not saying be hard on yourself. But what I am saying is have some self-analysis. Go back into your history and start analyzing, figuring out, why did I get in that trade? Have a notebook or something. Why did I get in this trade? What confirmations was I looking at? If you write it down, when you are in drawdown and you like, dang, I'm in a lot of drawdown, you can go back and look at your confirmations. Like, well, it was a bullish divergence. It was sitting on the H4. I saw the inverted head and shoulders. I'm gonna stay in, and let it hit. Either it's gonna take profit or it's gonna hit stop loss. So you got to be okay with both ends of the stick. Because if you could sit here and play with your stop loss because you see it violently going in your direction, so you comfortable seeing red, and you're like, oh man, maybe it'll go back up, and you keep playing with your stop loss, and you're messing up your trading plan, obviously. And then it don't go your way, you get impatient, now you close out. You do that a few times a week, you got a blown account. But see, you'll never do that the other way around, where when you in profit, you never play with your TP. That's what you need to be doing. Play with the TP. Start putting the TP up higher and higher and higher and higher. Your stop losses always be your, if you're risking half or 1% or 2%, only risk 2% on a for sure trade with all the confirmations. Some of y'all risking 2% on some stuff that look like it's supposed to go back up with no confirmations. The market is blatantly dropping, but you like, well, I'm gonna put this buy in, it'll go up, and it still drops on you and hit your stop loss. But you'll start adjusting your stop loss, and now you down 100 pips, depending on what currency pair you're trading. That can liquidate an account. Don't go in a trade unless you got the confirmations to go in a trade. If you're taking signals, do exactly what the signal provider is telling you to do, or you won't get the results. If you start getting oh man, I don't think this is the right trade, you get in, and then it's in drawdown for like 2 or 3 days, and you close out, and then you hear them say TP1 smash. Hey, that's you. It's your fault. Do exactly what they say, especially if they're showing you and telling you that they're up 7, 8R at the beginning. I mean, at the end of the week. There's no reason why you shouldn't be either somewhere close to that or right there with them if you were following directions. It's not hard to follow directions, but again, like I said on another video, when you're dealing with the old mind of 9 to 5 with this new investment mind, because we got this big thing going now. Everybody's trying to invest. They're not investing in their mind. You invest all this money, you're putting your money in the stocks, you're putting your money in the crypto, you're trying to trade Forex, but that mind that's on top of that head of yours still got a 9 to 5 mindset. I'm telling you right now, Forex, investments, all this stuff with a 9 to 5 mindset is a disaster waiting to happen. I remember I used to trade Bitcoin, and I had people from school, oh, that stuff is this and that and the third. They were saying that when it was down at 20K. Look where it's at now. It's always going to be a bear market. Once a fractal show up on the weekly candle, it's going to drop and be a bear market until another fractal shows up on a weekly support. And then there'll be the start of the bull market. It's like once you understand market structure to its full and to its entirety, let some years go by, get you some chart time, you'll start to understand that, unless you just been practicing unperfect practices. If you keep practicing wrong habits, of course, I mean, you got habits that you're doing right now that you've been practicing for a very long time. So you get what I'm saying? It's perfect practice that makes perfect. And definite belief and definitely awareness to figure out where you are in your trading career. You can't be stubborn, impatient, and worried all the time while you're trading. That's going to show on your account. The big one is patience. If you impatient, your account will show me you impatient. If you getting profit at close out, do you know that's worse than closing out in red? Once you get a little profit, you close out, unless you scalping. But if you sit there and don't let your trades hit TP, unless you're closing half and put that break even at 25, you got a trading plan with that. But if you like, oh, I don't feel like getting this trade, and you close out at 10 pips, but you allowed the other last trades to be 50 pips at stop loss and drawdown, and you sitting here playing with your stop loss, hey, disaster waiting to happen. And this happens in your first year. I have people right now that don't even barely know how to put a deposit onto their trading account, but they talking as if they big macho, they got it down pat. That's cool and all. You should have that approach coming to the market, but honestly, you should just be humble. I don't know what results I'm gonna get next week. I might have a bad trading week next week, but I don't come in with that type of mentality. I come in with, I'm gonna find the best trade setups and I'm gonna take them. How do you find the best trade setups? You think you just gonna come 1, 2, 3 months into trading, learn a little strategy, and then boom, you got it? No. Now you got to fight your mind. Now you got to figure out what lot size to put in. Now you got to figure out what 1% is of your account. Now you got to figure out a trading plan. Now you got to gain experience of blowing an account and being in red and following good, healthy trade habits. Those things take time. And if you're a trader that's been in the market for 5, 6 years and you still not profitable, you have to ask yourself, what in the world are you doing? Go back to the drawing board. If you had 2, 3, 4 bad trading weeks, go back to the drawing board. Figure out what's wrong. It should be no problem for you to pull 6% from your trading account in 1 week. I feel like that's a good number. 6%, 6 to 10% a week with a proper trading plan. You're lucky to come out of the market with 1% for a week. We're doing something that majority of people don't even do. This is a skill that has to be learned. It takes time. Nobody's gonna just, hey, I'm gonna put some money in this trading account, press 10 standards in gold and be a millionaire. That takes time. That takes compounding. That takes patience. And if you ain't got no patience, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. And if you ain't got no patience in trading, do me a favor. Go log into your trading account from your broker website. Do a withdrawal. Send it over to BTC. Go get a job application and go back to work. And honestly, you still should be in work. You still should be working still while you're trading until you get the habits, the experience, and everything down for you to easily gain 6% a week. That's a habit that needs to be grown, and it takes experience, and it takes trial and error. Gain the proper knowledge that you need from the people that are doing it. Go find somebody that's actually pulling 6% out of the market every week, and you do exactly what they tell you to do. Or go ahead, hit the withdraw button, take your money out, go on back to work. This ain't for you. I'm not trying to be mean, but trading is not for the weak-hearted. Your characteristics are going to show. Got to put the chart time in too. You can't just look at 2 or 3 or 4 videos and think you got it. You need like 10,000 hours of chart time, damn near. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Moral of the story is, you don't know what you think you need to know. Be aware of where you're at on your trading journey. Look, the results are right there on MetaTrader. And I ain't talking about demo, I'm talking about live. Some of y'all ain't even, like, I know some people that's talking like they big shots, ain't even got the live account yet to show the credentials. The results tell me everything, not your mouth. It's always been that way. And I hope the best for everyone. But again, this ain't for everyone. With that being said, I'll see you next video.